Good morning, good evening, or good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome back to the Fanfliction Podcast, where we are writing Hollywood's next big blockbuster, one podcast at a time. Tonight, we are still working on the Star Wars galaxy-wide treasure hunt movie, and we are going to probably go back and tweak the death scene that we worked on 2 weeks ago. But who are we? That's right, some introductions are in order. First, let's start on my point the right direction for you watching on YouTube. Jess, how are you this morning, or this evening, or tonight?
I was about to say this morning. I'm Canadian. It's not this morning. I'm not that far. I'm all right.
That's right, you are in the same time zone as 3 out of the 5 of us.
So, yeah.
All right, point in the right direction. Brandon, how are you doing today?
Well, one, again, the pointing doesn't do anything because to me, we're all in a straight line. So you're just pointing
Like
to
the
the
Brady
edges of the
Bunch.
screen.
But the people watching on YouTube that are watching what I'm recording will see me
I
point
don't
at you.
believe you. But I'm here. I'm tired. I just got back from a cross-country track meet with the kid, and lots of people got stung by yellow jackets. So it was an exciting trip.
Well, that should make him run faster.
You would think.
You would think.
Damn, the kid with bee
Didn't work.
allergies won world record pace.
Yeah, I had to pack the nest back up afterwards because it didn't work.
Chasing with a hive on a stick next time.
Well, I might. We had a ground hornet there too, a cicada killer, and everyone freaked out. So that was fun.
I don't even know what that is.
You
Is
don't.
that
It's a
in
hornet that's
California?
about the size of your pointer finger.
I don't
It's-
like that.
Is this
Huge.
a track meet in the Amazon, or what was going
Yeah.
on?
Where exactly
West
do you
Virginia.
live where there's monsters flying around?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But of course, you hear some other voices. That would be Erin and Kevin from the podcast that wouldn't die. How are you guys doing tonight?
Whee!
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no,
I'm
no
half
worries.
dead.
Well, half's better than whole.
It's true. Glass half
Unless
full.
you're eating cake.
Only mostly dead.
Yeah. Maybe you're. Are you like a zombie? You're not totally dead.
Yes.
I think about an hour ago I was a zombie. I'm starting to regather my humanity.
That's me. Jess was laughing at me because it's 8 o'clock at night here and I'm drinking coffee to stay awake.
I'm drinking decaffeinated Diet Coke because caffeine's too much after 8 p.m. for me.
I'll be asleep by 9:30. I'm old. All right.
It's only 5 o'clock here, and I'm drinking water from my refrigerator where clearly I should have changed the filter earlier.
Delicious.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's just jump into the script here. I'll bring it up. Everybody can see that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's
You're
go down
assuming I
here.
can see.
No, I'm assuming you can think, and I've usually been wrong.
I think I
Can
can.
I ask a question? I know you've talked about before that the plan is that the Padawan who drops down the pit or whatever is meant to be the big villain later.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now I was thinking, and you can tell me to shut the hell up at any
Shut
time.
the hell up.
Hell up.
Sorry. I follow instructions very carefully.
What if it appears to be the villain, but really he's the hero? And what I'm saying is he'll pop up later and appear nefarious, right? Doing shit, but really I don't know. He forgave the master for dropping him down the hole or whatever. It's really the master's guilt that is causing the problems, not really that the dude is evil.
I thought you were going to say because he commits a small genocide in order to stop a larger genocide.
That's standard for the Force, right? That's how they do it. Those damn Jedi.
I mean, Anakin murdered tons of children and still got to be a Force ghost at the end, so
Did.
why not?
Did.
But he was sorry.
Sorry.
So he was Catholic, so as long as he confessed.
All right.
Is that what the Force is?
I still,
Pretty much.
I still want the cut of the end of 6, where him, Obi-Wan, or it's Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Darth Vader show up, and it's young Anakin and Luke to go, who the hell is that? That's not the guy I saw 10 minutes ago.
Right.
Ugh.
Skos is always when you're at your most attractive. But of course, it's not Ewan McGregor isn't popping up and like, hey,
Yeah.
look how great I look.
Bring back Sebastian Shaw, damn it.
Absolutely. There you go.
James Earl Jones has joined the ghosts in that scene now.
That's true. Well, we were laughing and joking, and thanks for bottoming us out. Yep,
You're welcome.
yeah, we well, behind the curtain, we're filming this the day after James Earl Jones died, so
He's a national treasure. National treasure. Also, he's Thulsa Doom in Conan the Barbarian from way back when. So there you
He's
go.
also the dad in Coming to America.
yeah.
Hell yes, he is.
Hey, is he? Did they use his voice in the new Mufasa movie that's supposed to come out like in a year, or is he like not in it?
They'll probably use his voice. I read somewhere like 6 months ago or a year, he struck a deal with Disney to let them AI hit the hell out of his voice so it can live on for whatever they want to use it for.
Oh yeah, I
For
knew
all
for Darth Vader
eternity.
they did that.
For
yeah.
Vader. I'm assuming they also did it for Mufasa or whatever.
The
So.
Mufasa clause.
Right. I think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. It was his real voice in Rogue One, right? But since then, if they ever use Darth Vader's voice, it's AI.
I think so.
If I'm not
Maybe I'm
mistaken,
wrong.
that wasn't him in Star Wars in Rogue One.
Was it
I
not?
don't even think it was his voice then. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking there was something that came out around that time, maybe before, where they used I can't remember the guy's real name, but he went by Chad Vader on YouTube, and he got famous on YouTube doing like Darth Vader videos, and he had a pretty good Darth Vader impersonation. Maybe it was a video game I'm thinking of. Maybe it was him in Rogue One.
Well, do you guys know the answer on The Mandalorian? When they had young Luke Skywalker come back, that wasn't Mark Hamill. That was all AI.
Yeah, that
It
was
was-
all.
It was a lookalike actor that they used AI editing on top of.
I
It
think
wasn't even his voice, right? It was an
it?
AI voice.
Yeah, it wasn't Mark Hamill's voice. No.
But yeah.
Wild. He's still around, for goodness sake, and they're still just AI and people.
Well, I mean,
But he's
doesn't
very much
sound-
against Disney's use of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, and that he doesn't sound like 1980s Mark Hamill anymore.
No.
That's true. Did anybody? We're going off on a tangent. Did anybody see Alien Romulus yet?
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
No.
I have
Okay, well,
never
I don't
seen
wanna-
one Alien movie.
What?
What?
That is surprising.
The hell?
That's it's on my list of
How
shame.
old are you?
Wait. I have. Does the scene in Spaceballs count?
No.
Okay,
No.
then no.
It does a
That's a
hello, my
great scene,
darling.
though.
Hello.
Yeah,
That
does
is the funniest scene. Yes, as far as I'm
It's on
concerned,
my list
that's-
of shame. But yeah,
That's canon.
yeah, never saw it.
Watch the
But I'm
first
not
two.
going to talk about it because let's just say there's some AI shit in there as well. But that's all I'll say. So there you go. Anyway,
Okay, all right.
It's
So
all
back
creepy.
to your original question. Should I don't know.
I like that plot point, but I don't know if I like it in Star Wars because it's hard in Star Wars to be a good guy mistaken for a bad guy.
right?
Not that it's impossible, but Star Wars pretty much literally paints you with red if you're a bad guy.
You do, right? Well, that's
There's no
kind of what I wonder.
redemption.
I mean, there is, like Darth Vader, he felt bad, so he was good in the end.
Right.
But I don't
Right.
know.
After he was
Hey.
dying anyway.
And
Yeah.
the other thing is, like you say, it's like you're either Jedi or you're Sith. So I wonder if there's room for I'm a Force user in the middle.
They do have those,
Some pagan force user.
like
Okay.
the witches and
They're
stuff like
wearing
that.
Birkenstocks, but they got some of the force.
All right, my brain's spinning. What if we do a double turn?
Wait on me.
What a twist!
We get to the end. Zephyra that we drop down a hole. That
Yep.
we comes back. We think is the bad guy.
Okay.
He's doing some bad stuff, and we've got Chimek being good. What if they switch? Like Chimek's like something happens, Chimek flips out, turns to the dark side. That shows Zephyr like, oh, that's not good, and he ends up being the hero and saving the thing.
Bro, I think we're on the
Do it.
same page. I do. Because I was going crazy where I'm literally like, what if the guy you think is the hero, Chimek or whatever his name is, what if he's really the bad guy?
Okay, but this allows us to make him like a little angry sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we were struggling
So
with
you
that in
question it.
dialogue.
Yeah.
You question it. I'm like, he's acting a little strange, a little red flag there.
It's hard when you're a full-fledged Jedi because you're supposed to be basically like a monk where you have no extreme emotions at all, which makes you kind of dull, honestly, right? So if you add those little spices, you know what I mean? Where it's like, is something going on with this guy? Is he revealing some shit, some secret shit by the way he's reacting to things?
So he's not, you're saying he's a bad monk? Like every now and then you catch him smoking a cigarette and cursing, or what?
100%.
Not cigarettes, death sticks.
Absolutely.
Brandon already
Visiting the
established
pleasure
he
houses
likes
of
death sticks.
Tatooine. Yeah, the whole deal.
Okay. You said
Just-
no,
Go ahead.
you're good. When you were talking about emotions a minute ago, you poked a bear or a thought out of my head that I was going to talk to about today. I don't know
Please.
how how heavy in Star Wars lore you two both are, but
I have seen 4 movies.
so no.
I'm not super deep. I have a cursory knowledge of a lot, but I'm not like, well, in book 15 of the Legends Chronicle, I don't know all that
I can't
shit.
even do that. I can do some books. All right. Okay, Brandon, I'm going to mainly throw this one at you, and tell me what you think of this idea. Yeah, dodge it. So, okay, in the beginning we see him. I think we'd established he had like a bright blue lightsaber, right?
Who's he?
Chimek. Sorry, Chimek.
Okay.
Bright
you
blue
say
lightsaber.
so.
I think it's what we established. Anyway, whatever color, bright blue.
Okay.
Then he loses the Padawan. What if,
Mhm.
like, the next time we see it, they don't say anything about it? We don't say it. We just show it. It's like a duller blue, not nearly as bright. And then the more he connects with this Padawan throughout the movie, every time we see it, it gets. Don't look for Wikipedia to see if it's
That's
canon.
my job.
I know, but we can change canon. Hey, Disney's established with Acolyte that we can change lightsaber colors with our feelings.
Yes.
So
It's like a mood ring.
No, they didn't.
yeah, they did.
I'm double checking myself because if I'm not mistaken, the official canon is you can bleed a lightsaber to make it red, where you
Yeah.
pour your dark side emotions into the crystal and you physically injure the living kyber crystal, and that's what causes it to be red. And in doing so, they got rid of all the other crystals that go into a lightsaber. Like there's not color crystals anymore. It's just a kyber crystal.
They're
Well-
flavor crystals, though, is my question.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll put it in a packet of Crystal Light and flavor, color it whatever the hell we want.
Flavor Flav.
I mean, if you want to, yeah, you can find. I mean, what before you see canon, what do you think of the idea?
Feels too mood ringy to me. Like, I don't know.
I mean, he kind of me. I was like, it was a visual representation that he's pretty much freaking depressed for like the last 10 years. But maybe
Yeah.
we can do. Maybe we
I
can
thought it was just the 2 colors. You're either on the good side or you're on the bad side.
No, they take different colors depending on what your like attunement to the force is.
blue.
I'm trying to find the
green,
exact wording
orange, yellow,
of it. Purple.
white,
Ace
or if you're a
Windu's
badass
purple,
mother.
'cause he's
Like-
a bad mother.
The two I know specifically is a red lightsaber has been bled, and then a white lightsaber is when you take a red lightsaber and you heal it with the force, and it makes it white.
Alright.
But
Maybe we'll just turn that into a poll and see what the listeners think, if that's a good idea.
let's see. In canon, all crystals are white, clear lightsabers, but when the Jedi younglings choose one, most lightsabers become blue or green. though other shades were created. Whereas Mace Windu's purple blade, Rhodian Jedi, purple blade, yellow blades, temple guards. They were inherently attuned to the light side of the Force and would attempt to resist any effort by dark side practitioners to utilize them in lightsabers. They'd have to bleed it, bend it to their will, heal it to make it white. That didn't answer my question. I don't know. I don't like the idea of a shifting color lightsaber, but if you want to do it, go for it.
Well, no, like I said, we'll leave it up to. We'll do a social media poll and see what they think. We'll take it out of our hands.
Because I mean, like, if you want to go with that, like, why didn't like Anakin's lightsaber shift from blue to purple to red after he started killing toddlers with it? Like, it was still blue when he fought Obi-Wan, and he literally just murdered a preschool.
Right.
What?
Maybe they would have grown up to be little Hitlers.
That's right.
One of them did.
The crystals knew.
Maybe
right.
There's something to be said for kind of like a reveal, like what happens in the Acolyte, where it's like you think what's her name is good, and then she makes the choice, and the lightsaber is bled and becomes. So now she's all Sithy, right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying change color. I'm just saying not quite as bright. I don't know.
Maybe that'd be indicative of however many years he's been kind of depressed since he failed his Padawan, or so he thinks, right?
I don't know. Well, we can do a poll, see what they think. I don't know. Maybe we'll just scrap it, and it's just a thought I had. All right. Well, speaking of Padawans going down holes, let's look at the script for a minute, because I know something I need to add, and maybe some edits. So, all right. So we've got the walls of the corridor begin to close in. That's another thing I need to figure out how to word better, because I think we'll have to draw a picture to show what I'm seeing in my head, because it's not exactly the same, but I can do that later.
We were thinking kind of Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking Indiana Jones, but it also reminds me in the early Star Wars when they're in that trash compactor.
Yeah, that too. But hold on, let me go back to looking at you guys. What I'm seeing is like a corridor, like you're walking down the hallway with walls, and then up on top of the walls is this flat piece, and that's where the droids are shooting from. So at first, because another thing we did, we got an error that we got to fix. We said they could hear it coming. Well, we never had them run away from the door, so they're still kind of standing there, so there's nothing really to hear. So maybe what they could hear is that flat part on top of the droids that can come closing in, and that's what they hear at first. Then we hear the chomp, chomp. That's when they have to start running.
You also got to remember the crazy Jedi have kind of an omniscient shit where they're like, well, I'm sensing some shit, right? They do that all the time.
Spider sense tingling.
Yeah.
It's like they're always like, oh, there's a disturbance, and yet they're hanging out with the Emperor for fucking how long before he's revealed?
Well, in the books they gave a reason for that one, but I don't know if I like it.
What was their reason? Incompetence?
No, the Jedi Temple is built on top of like a dark side force nexus that gets used to like essentially literally blind them, like Yoda says that they're blind in episode 2.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like he has Magneto's helmet on. Is that what it is?
Yeah, like essentially they Magneto helmet the entire Jedi Temple on Coruscant. To which my response to that is, well, when they leave Coruscant, why can't they?
100%. Right.
I know you're going to roll your eyes at this, Brandon, because you still haven't read it, but the Darth Plagueis book explains it much better, even though it's not canon.
If you say so.
The Sith learned to shroud themselves completely and hide all of their dark side.
That's why they wear hoods.
Yes, exactly. All right, back to the script. So, let's see. Well, the walls of the corridor begin to close in. The Jedi only hear it at first. That's not true, because we need to get rid of that, because it was a good idea, but it doesn't work. Let's put that the top part of the walls Okay. So the top part of the walls begin to close first, and then they turn around. Where's my mouse? Begin to turn
Well,
around.
when they look up,
Well, I mean, it's yeah. Turn
Maybe it's a
around,
tall wall, right?
turn around, and look
but
up.
you're gonna hear it. I mean, this is all like a ship, right? It's all metal on metal, right?
It's in a cave, but it's kind
It's a
of
cave.
yeah, it's kind of metalish. Once they get in there,
It's like
because
a metal cave. But it's gonna make a sound. They're gonna turn to the sound.
yeah. So the top part of the walls begin to close at first. They hear it, and they turn around to look and see the walls slamming. Okay, that works better. That way, something happens to like they hear and okay. So here's something I need to fix. All right, the Jedi. Okay, so Shemek says run, stay ahead of the walls, and the Jedi
I don't think you need to stay ahead of the walls.
just run.
Yeah, just run. It's like if shark's after you, you don't have to say, hey, try to avoid that shark.
Okay, I like that. Run. The Jedi begin to run down the corridor and almost get crushed. Just as the last wall begins to crush the Jedi, the floor in front of the end of the corridor falls away, and debris is falling from the ceiling, forcing Jedi to jump.
The Jedi attempt to use the Force to try to stop the shit from crushing them.
No. Maybe not. Maybe not enough time.
Okay, fair.
They are.
Really, when the dude fell, I thought he was gonna like rise up. Because now he's mastered the Force or whatever.
That would defeat the whole purpose. Hey, everything's cool,
And it's
boss.
over. And it's over.
In
And they lived
shortest
happily
the end.
ever after.
The end hit John Williams. All right, debris falling. So they're running. And at the very end, they're only left with a small ledge to stand on, forcing the Jedi to force jump across. Mal leaps across first and clears it easily. He turns to check on Zephyra, and this is, I think, where we need dialogue. Because
So
Who
he's
speaks
going to
first?
talk him through it, right? He's going to give him some encouragement.
yes,
He's going to tell him to like quiet his mind. You can
Trust
do
in the
it.
Force. Fear
Trust
not,
in the
young
Force.
Padawan.
whoever said trust in the Force is exactly what he's going to say.
Thank you.
That's right. Shemek is going to say,
Clear your mind, and the rest will follow.
Be your mind, and the rest will follow.
or no, not Shemek. Sorry. Zephyra needs to say, or Zephyra, whatever. I can't figure out how to pronounce that thing. I don't think I can make it.
How about I'm not going to make it?
You suck.
Yeah. That's
Is there a giant like gray square in anyone else's script? or is it
Yes.
just
There's
mine?
one in mine.
Yes.
as
there
well.
is. Yeah.
I just assumed it was my computer.
Okay. Problem solved.
And we're back.
And we're back. Except there we go. All right, so I'm not going to make it.
You can do it.
And then let's change over to
Both of these dudes like human-like aliens, or is there a dude with like tentacles in his head or anything like that?
Like Cthulhu?
Is there a Cthulhu, dude?
I think
That's what I'm
Shemek
looking-
is a
Shemek is a Twi'lek, right?
yeah.
He does have some tentacle shit.
He
going
does in
on.
fact have tentacles, yes. The
Sweet.
question is, does he have the like symmetrical tentacles, or does he have like the head bulbous and the neck wraparound tentacle?
That'll be up to makeup.
The asymmetrical tentacles are upsetting to everybody.
I don't like the asymmetrical ones. It just makes me think of the guy from Jabba's palace that I can never remember his name.
Bib Fortuna,
Yeah, him.
That's him.
his major
That's him.
domo.
What about Zephyra? Is Zephyra some shit?
I don't think we ever established exactly.
Yeah, we did. I looked
I
the one up.
assume Zephyr is
But I
green.
can't remember what
I
it
don't know
was.
why.
Did we?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, we did.
a race of people that were beautiful that lived underground.
The Morlocks.
Yes.
Morlocks. The Chud.
It's at the Chud.
I thought that was
Yeah.
going to be the new Padawan.
Oh, maybe it was.
Actually, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
you're
okay.
right. This one's
All
just
right.
a
Just
dirty
curious.
human.
Just
We can just, human works that way. Yeah, we
Think I'm a Yoda.
in the in the episodes that we never released, we talked about we wanted this guy to be human because humans
he's
are
the bad
garbage.
guy.
Truth.
we do suck.
Yeah,
Yep,
humans
it's
suck, so the
true.
bad guy's got to be a human.
Vacuums suck too. So
Yeah.
there's that.
All right, so
That's
Chimek
true.
says trust in the Force. Because if you remember, I said I wanted that to be his last.
How about quiet your mind? Trust in the Force.
As he falls in the crevasse.
Exactly.
You got it.
Which is why he's pissed. I trusted you, you bastard, and
Stop
your
your
wimpy
bitching.
Force.
Well, the reason I want to trust in the Force to be last is when he does the big reveal and shows who he is at the end. I want him to say, that's how he comes back at him. He's like, oh, you don't recognize me? Maybe you should just trust in the Force, and he pulls the mask off. So he repeats the last line he said to him to tell him who he is.
And I want him to look like an old avocado.
He saw some shit down in that hole. Yeah.
Like, never mind. I was gonna pull the quote from Deadpool, but never mind.
Well, and here's so maybe that's kind of Chimek is kind of arrogant in the Force. You know what I mean? Where he's just kind of like, hey, this is no big deal. Don't even worry. It's fine. The Force will handle everything. Hey, you know what I mean? Maybe that's kind of a precursor to the fact that there's some evil shit going on later. Like that's his hubris. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, him just saying trust in the Force and then the kid doesn't make it, that just gives him something to stew over and that builds that anger. Yeah. Okay, so.
Well, the comeback is, of course, then you didn't trust in the Force. It's your fault anyway.
As he falls, I told you to trust in the Force. What's your problem, bro?
All right. So, excuse me. So it looks like Zephyra is going to come up short. So this is the whole kind of like the end of Die Hard, Hans Gruber, where he dives toward the edge because he's short and he's kind of holding him there with the Force. Then he gets hit with a rock and drops him. And the way I'm seeing it, the way it's in my head that it's shot, is the camera's looking straight down over Chimek's shoulder, with his arm hanging down off the cliff, and we can just see Zephyra's face. And then as he falls, just
as he's falling backwards.
Yeah, we just
going,
see,
you motherfucker.
Pretty much. Because I want something in his makeup or whatever they do, some distinct feature on his face and his eyes, that when we see him fall, and then when he pulls that mask off, you have that exact shot again up close with that mask, and when he takes it off, you see that same distinct whatever facial feature. So
maybe blue eyes.
Maybe Mal can shoot out his tentacle and it's just short.
Grab the tentacle as he whips his head around.
Yeah. So, but that's my that's what I'm thinking. I mean, as horror critics and things, I know this isn't like horror, but kind of in the same little.
What are we seeing in the hole? Is it just black in the hole? Is there a flaming pit? Is there weird shit going down? What's in the hole? What do we see in the hole?
I think just a hole. Rocks falling through and a hole.
Yeah.
Black abyss.
So just darkness.
Just darkness, yeah. Just straight up black.
Dust from the rocks. Okay.
And that works because then you don't know. Like his ultimate fate is not revealed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we need to keep it. We think he's dead, but he's not really dead.
But I don't think if you're falling, you're going to shout master. You're going to be like, ah! I don't think you have time to having conversations or
Did
calling out.
this.
I don't know.
I blame you. Nothing like that.
No,
How
I mean,
could you?
well, the reason for the master is that leads us that way we could get into the next scene where
All right.
the whole like the falling down
Oh
the
yeah.
hole.
Then you got the kids. I
Then the
got
kids-
you. Master.
So my thought, it's not really like master. It's more like master falling off a cliff kind of. Master.
Yeah. Right. Something along those lines.
I mean,
I maybe this is crazy. I see like fingernails like clutching the rock or something. You know what I mean? To make it more like what am I saying? Gritty. I don't know if
Tense. Yeah.
you know what
Otherwise
I mean?
he's just plunk right down the hole.
well, we don't need. We gotta somehow he has to fall where Chimek doesn't get a second shot to grab at him too. So
Right.
like,
I feel like he grabs the master's tentacle and is driving off. And
then we suddenly switch to dun 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 dun. He swings across.
Yeah.
throw me your tentacles. There's no time.
He uses that as like the bullwhip to grab hold of a
That's it.
branch.
Yeah. All right. But overall, that works, I guess. I mean, do you have anything you guys would like to add?
Not for this.
So, like the whole cave is basically collapsing, right? Is that
Yes.
why a rock cracks him in the skull?
Yeah, somewhere up here, we put in a line there. Oh no, we put it somewhere, didn't we?
Oh, I think we were talking about putting it in, and we're like, we'll do that next time or something.
Here it is, and debris
maybe-
debris is falling from the ceiling.
Okay, we did it.
Well, maybe you have moments where the Jedi are kind of like using like lightsabers and shit, like they're acknowledging that there's shit falling on them. You know what I
More
mean? Like this is
action.
something they're dealing with while they're trying to navigate the crushing of the walls and shit.
And like he looks like he can almost reach
Right.
safety, and then some of that debris comes crashing down and knocks, safety away.
And maybe Shemek is able to leap, and then like some of the ledge crumbles down like Lord of the Rings. So now it's a further jump for his Padawan.
Right.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's really no way, but he's going to try anyway.
All right.
Yeah, a,
Maybe
rock,
that
a big
trust in
rock
the
can
Force.
come down and crush part of the ledge
Right.
to widen it.
All right. A
So
rock
now he's
falls.
looking at, I have to jump or I'm getting crushed by the clapping walls or whatever. And the shooty dudes from above.
And that's the hubris of the master to be like, hey, this is no big deal. You just use the fucking Force. What are you doing?
Moron.
You moron? You damn imbecile?
All right. So I added a couple lines in here. Up here, I put the floor begins to shake and debris is falling from the ceiling. So I added that the floor begins to shake. That way,
Yeah,
maybe it's not so easy for them to run.
right.
And then I put what we just went over. Shoot, where'd it go?
Like
Put it
maybe
somewhere. Oh,
the
he-
master could have easily kind of used the Force powers to just bring his Padawan over.
but he
thought
wanted
this was
him to do it.
right. This is a
It's
teachable
a teachable moment.
moment.
yeah.
See?
Nothing teaches you like near death. So
Or
Mal,
death.
yeah. Mal leaps across first, clears it easily. He turns to check on Zephyra. A rock falls and crushes the side that Chimek is on. Partially crushes. Side Chimek is on, making the jump even bigger. And that's when he
Right.
says, I'm not going to make it. And trust in the Force.
Trust in
And
the Force.
Padawan go down the hole. Yeah, I like that. That makes it a lot more better.
I think you
Words.
need to add more.
More.
So he's not going to make it, but
Me
there
master.
should be like a moment that looks like he can almost make it, and then something else happens. You know what I mean? Like he gets almost to the side. He's on to something. Maybe there's something right below. And then at that moment, something else falls on him.
Okay.
Because it's not a hole like the well from The Ring, right? It's not a smooth, it's like a crevasse, right? So there's ledges and gashes and places he could have landed. So maybe he lands a little farther down. So there's a possibility, but then something else happens. Because otherwise, this is over like in 2 seconds.
Okay.
You want to stretch the drama out a little further, I think.
Okay, what about
He's
this?
on a
This is
ledge
pivotal.
below.
Could be a ledge below. It could be a branch or something. It could be some crystal thingadoo hanging out. I don't know.
Okay.
But we got to stretch it out, I think, a little bit more.
What if
Where
he
once again he almost makes it.
I like, yes, I got what you're saying. What if he does make it just to the very edge, and as soon as he stands there, he gets like this smiley look on his face. Bam, ledge falls out from under him. That's when Shemek dives and tries to grab him.
I like that.
Yeah.
The
He,
claw,
like
like
a
the
cock,
hands.
he's got a
fingernails.
cocky look like I got it.
Yeah,
And
I got this.
like,
'Cause-
"Ah!"
Yeah, and Padawan.
Then the Rancor grabs him, coming up from the pit.
All right,
Snorlax's brother crawls out and like a little tentacle gets him.
all right. So let's take this. It looks like Zephyr's going to come up short.
I think we need more tentacles. There's just not
Can't
enough.
go wrong with tentacles.
Zephyr jumps.
I guess some of this could be in slow motion or some shit, right? He's jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, the falling for sure.
Oh, the falling has to be, yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's like he senses that his Padawan is kind of what? Kind of impatient, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to the next level. And he's like, maybe on some level, the master's like, you know what? I'm going to show you maybe you're not quite ready yet. You know what I mean? I could easily save you. Now, he doesn't have to have a monologue about this, but maybe it's, there's some kind of subtext where it's like he could very easily help him, but because he like hesitated, like, well, he's getting a little too big for his britches, and then it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how you show that.
We'll
He
figure it
turns
out.
to the camera and says, I think he's getting too big for his britches.
And then it just pushes him over.
Yeah. All right. So how do we So Mal die? Oh nope. Where'd it go? Okay. Oh, it moved it up a line. So Zephyr jumps, barely makes the ledge, and he gets a what kind of look on his face? What would
Arrogant.
okay.
Smug.
Mug, yeah.
Mug. That's
Smug's
a good one.
Easier to spell.
Self-satisfied.
Yeah.
He's
Smug
like,
look on
Master,
his
I
face.
told you, bitch. And then then the
Bitch.
tentacle.
You ain't got nothing to teach me, bitch.
While
And
looking
then,
at Shemek.
It's a very different Star Wars.
All right, so Zephyr jumps, barely makes the ledge. He gets a smug look on his face while looking at Shemek. Just at that moment, the ledge breaks and he begins to fall.
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Not everybody agree at once.
Yeah,
I think it looks
I
good.
like this.
All right, Mal dives toward the edge, reaches out, and tries to pull back up Zephyr using the force. a rock falls and hits Mal, causing him to let Zephyra fall.
Splatto.
He's hit with the rock, and is he like put out? Is he unconscious, or is he just kind of distracted?
I think it's just enough where he's awake to see what has happened. You know what I mean? Like it knocks his concentration, so he sees his protege or his whatever falling into the hole.
Yeah,
so he has to see all that.
Exactly. Mal dives toward the edge and reaches out with the force because he's not physically able to touch him.
Right.
No matter how long his tentacles are.
Exactly.
There's laws against that.
There we go. Okay. Okay, so then master. All right, so I think we're good here. I think that's I think it's a much better scene now.
Like
exciting. The drama.
Okay.
The tension.
Yeah. That does add a lot to it. That's a lot better than just Padawan go down the hole.
Padawan go bye-bye.
Yoda agrees.
Yes.
All right, so we've got pretty much 6 full pages. Woo!
Now is he teaching younglings when we cut to the flash forward or whatever it is?
Yes. So we hear master, then we hear the kids going master, master, and one of those, it just kind of goes from one scene to the other while you're hearing the same word.
Right.
Yeah, he's teaching very younglings in a meditation class. And I originally had, when he woke up, they were all floating in the air, but Brandon pissed all over that idea.
I don't like that he's asleep while his class is running wild.
No, he's
babies.
No, he's not asleep. They're meditating. But he's seeing this flashback, and it's because, bad trauma.
Sleeping is frowned upon. As a school teacher, I just want to say they don't typically.
Brandon, you sleep on the job all the time.
Not during the class. Just
okay.
At the football games.
Oh, well, yeah.
So is he kind of like, I understand he's a little depressed, but is he like, I'm in the bar every night drinking my sorrows away, or what's going on with him?
I don't know
or is he the monk from Kung Fu, or is he the monk from Kill Bill?
These are questions.
He's Hanzo from Kill Bill.
I'm really going to make you all mad again.
You've never seen Kill Bill 1 or 2.
Really?
I hate Tarantino movies.
Oh, that's such a great movie. If you like Kung Fu, it is such a great homage.
I've tried 3 or 4 times to watch a Tarantino film and make it like 20 minutes in and have to turn it off.
If it makes you feel any better, Kill Bill is the only Tarantino film that I really like. I've seen others, and they're not bad. The only one I really like is Kill Bill 1 and 2.
If I sat down and forced myself, I could watch Uma Thurman for a couple hours. So
she's dynamite in that.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I heard she can act too.
I heard that too.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to float all the Padawans in the air, but Brandon made me change it.
I didn't make you do anything.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, if you don't want my opinion, stop sending me an invite for this podcast every Tuesday.
I'm just messing with you.
That shit's floating around the room, including a couple of younglings.
Yeah. So he gave me a couple. Okay. All right. So we talked about it earlier. I want to talk about this now. We named this random Padawan Jamar after James Earl Jones.
It sounds like Jar Jar Binks.
Well,
that's the first thing I saw.
I want to
have
change
a Jamaican accent.
Misa, no, think so.
Oh God! Can we make a rule? No offensive stereotypes in our version of Star Wars. Is that all right? We have the Trade Federation. You got.
I mean, how offensive?
Jar Jar.
Can we have a group, like a planet, that's mostly ice, that are just like the nicest people ever, that all they do is apologize to you?
That would be acceptable.
Yeah, you
So
can have
that's where
those.
all the
Canadians?
stereotypes live.
We've landed on the planet Knuckle?
Canada.
Canada.
Yes.
We'll have a somewhere we're gonna have a planet full of space hicks, so
Eh,
yeah. So
It's called a hurricane.
hurricane. Oh God. Oh.
Can't even pronounce the name of your city right. What's wrong with you?
Oh, that irritates me. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Okay. But we have Jamor. I want to change that from just some random character, but the new Padawan who we'll meet next week. Instead of, because I think that was,
Why don't you just spell it backwards?
well, let me see if I
Ram
Yaj.
It sounds as good as made up as the other ones. That way you can have your secret thing there.
Jamar sounds like a nickname. Like your buddy. Hey, Jamar, what you
What's
doing?
up, J-Mar?
Jamar, what's up?
Jamar could 100% be a kid of
What
mine,
did I just do?
No joke. Jamer.
Jamer, the gamer.
Mm,
Put an extra M, you got Jammer. Jammer the Slammer.
Jamerica.
Jamerlo. Jamerlo.
Jamirlo.
Jamirlo.
Jamerlo.
Put an
I think
A after
Jamerlo's
the-
in my class.
Put an
so.
A after the E. Jamerlo.
Jamirlo.
We're getting a little close now. James Earl.
Earl
Why
in
not?
the middle.
James Earl.
Yeah, I don't think we.
How about that?
Jamerlo.
Jamarlo.
Yeah,
that
and
a-
a kid in my class.
Is it really?
Could be.
Awfully close.
What? Get rid of the first day and put an apostrophe. So
I
it's
thought
like
Jamari.
That's not.
That's not an apostrophe.
That's even more like a kid
I
in
don't
my
know if
class
that's
now.
better or
It's
worse,
getting
honestly.
worse.
I think that's worse.
Marlowe. Looks great.
Perfect.
Does that work?
No.
No. All right, I'll go back. We'll just go back.
We'll workshop it.
Put it up to a vote.
Ah,
Jam.
Jamar. All right, yeah, we'll find out something. I just thought maybe a little tribute to James Earl.
Let's just name him Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy.
Good thought.
Jimmy,
We're not going to name him Jimmy.
if you say so.
But before I forget, as we always do at the end, what are we going to do, Brandon?
Save.
We're going to hit the big old save icon. That's right. And this is episode 5.
Wait, they do have regular names. Like there's a Luke. They call him Ben. I mean, there's some normal motherfuckers running around. I mean, they aren't all weird Twilight names, as far as I know. Who knows?
Yeah, that always did strike me weird as, like, we go for the beginning, we got Luke and Ben, and then it just suddenly, like, screw it, just Stephanie Meyer and just start matching the keyboard.
But are there any
Yes.
others? I'm trying to think if there's any other normal names other than Luke and Ben.
Might be it, right?
What's Starkiller's name?
Who?
Isn't there like a
Starkiller.
Biggs?
That's not normal. That's a last name too, I think.
Biggs
I think it
Darklighter.
depends on your planet,
Huff.
right?
Will Huff.
Hufflepuff?
That's normal.
Yeah, Hufflepuff. That's the good one.
Will Huff Tarkin? I mean, who does not want to name their kid Sheev?
I wonder.
This
I
is
mean,
like
Gideon, there's a
Costanza.
guy-
How about 7? How about
What-
soda?
Gideon's his last name, but yeah, Gideon is there.
Not
Yeah.
a common name, but it is a name, right?
IG-88?
Yeah, that's right on. Boba.
Mom.
The
Oh, what was...
You know what? Maybe you guys
Grogu.
know the answer to this. There are R2 units,
Mhm.
right? There's,
Yeah.
I mean, presumably all across the galaxy.
It's a
right?
model, yeah.
It's a model. So how many 2 digits are there for the second half of the name? Like R2D2, R5, D4. I mean, is it just like a never-ending combination of numbers for all the
Well-
million different R2 units, the astromechs?
Well, I
I don't know
assume
the
like it
answer.
would be like I assume that R2 is that line of
Right.
astromech. So you got like A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, and so on,
Like
and then B1, B2,
BMW.
B3, B4, B5. And it's just designations they give, and then every so often they just roll out the new one, the R3, and then next year they have the R4, and then the year after that they have the R4 Pro.
But
The
each
R4
one is
Pro
a
Max.
unique thing, right?
Yes, that's
each
his
droid-
designation number. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
No, I never
I
even
mean,
thought
I'm sure
about it,
each
honestly.
droid has a VIN number, but that's their model.
No, they won't have a VIN. R2D2 won't have a VIN number because the Jawas would have filed that off.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
True.
All right. Well,
I was
think
just thinking about it.
all right. We're hitting about the hour mark, and I know some people want to go watch the idiots argue tonight. So, not me. I'm going to go to bed because I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So, yeah,
Yikes.
go to work, and I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But Kevin and Erin, thanks for coming on. Why don't y'all take a few minutes and tell our listeners what is the podcast that wouldn't die?
Podcast that wouldn't die. We discuss guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. That's our goal, anyway. Hopefully. So we're a YouTube show and we are a podcast. So please come check us out.
Where can they check you out at? You said YouTube.
We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere the finer podcasts are available.
And social media handles are
We're T Podcast TW Die across a few things, and then we're the podcast that wouldn't die across a few other things.
No space.
With those space, oh sweet Jesus! But we're on
We're on the
X,
gram.
Facebook,
We're on the TikTok.
I'll tell you what,
We're-
folks, it'll be in the show notes.
Pull on the ripcord.
I always put
Anywhere
them in
you
the
might-
show notes anyway. This will be a lot easier. All right. Well, thanks for coming. This was fun. Thanks for all. Yeah,
This was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I know most of our guests when I say what we're doing, they're like, "Huh? You're doing what?" Yeah. So it's kind of a unique idea, but yeah, thanks for coming.
Great. It was a clever idea, I would say.
Thank you.
Kevin
Nice
wrote
work.
a script about a zombie island. We're
I
still
wrote
waiting
3
for that
scripts. Yeah, we're still
Are they
still
all
waiting for
about
it.
zombie islands?
Yes, Zombie Island 1, 2, and 3. So there you go.
Well, when we sell this one for $1 million, I will greenlight Zombie 3, but not 1 and 2.
Yay! Oh, well.
Nobody can know how we got there, but by God, we're here.
It's
Another
almost as bad
Zombie
as
Island.
Trolls 2 not having any trolls in it.
We got it.
Oh, yeah.
No, we got to do it the Lucas way. You got to start with 3. Then when it's popular, you go back and tell how we got there with 1 and 2.
That's right.
So, well, actually, you're going to have to write Zombie Island 4 so we can start with that.
Beginning, right.
Yeah, and you have a
The
grand plan.
reimagining.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, but we cleaned up that death scene. That's a lot better, and was what I was really wanting. I knew that'd be right in your guys' wheelhouse, so perfect. Worked out great. All right. Well, Jess, Brandon, you guys have anything to say before we go?
No, this was great. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
One last.
Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours.
Earth. Winged.
Art!
God, I hated that. That always annoyed the piss out of me that she said, "Winged." What is winged?
It's the thing that goes in the air.
No, not wind. Winged. She would let it say winged.
I mean, she was Russian, so
Oh, was she Russian?
yeah, she had an accent. She's like had a Slavic accent.
Why was I
Doing
thinking?
her best. Her English is better than my Slavic. So there you go. I cut her some slack.
I guess.
She's
huh.
like, da, yeah, da, you got the wind.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought she was Asian.
No, that was Water, the dolphin chick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know how long it's been since I
And
saw Captain
I think she was
Planet?
like Korean. I'm not sure.
I said Asian.
Yeah, I'm just
It's a
that's
Korean
a
Asian?
continent. You can be Russian and be Asian too.
Well, yeah.
True. Facts.
I don't know geometry. All right. And on that note, folks, I think we're going to call it a night. So for Jess, Brandon, Kevin, Aaron, thanks for coming. I'm Drew, and this has been us.